when VSWR is 3, what is the reflection coefficient is asking. So the relation is VSWR is equal to voltage standing wave ratio is equal to 1 plus mod gamma by 1 minus mod gamma. Right? If inverse relation, if I take mod gamma is equal to VSWR, I am representing with S. Okay, so S minus 1 by S plus 1. So S is given 3. So 3 minus 1 by 3 plus 1. So which is 2 by 4, which is 1 by 2. So option A is the correct answer. Next, in a transmission line terminated with a load equal to characteristic impedance. So that means ZL is equal to Z0. The reflection coefficient is what? Right? The load is equal to characteristic impedance. What is the reflection coefficient is asking. So the relation is gamma is equal to ZL minus Z0 by ZL plus Z0. Okay. So ZL is equal to Z0. So this will be 0. Right? So reflection coefficient is 0. So answer A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Now pointing vector has the unit. See, pointing vector is normally watts per meter square, watt meter, watt per meter, watt meter square. So pointing vector is P bar is equal to E bar cross H bar. Okay, this is volts per meter into amperes per meter, which is volts ampere per meter square, or I can also write watt per meter square. So the option A is the correct answer. Pointing vector unit is watts per meter square. See, next question. A transmission line has VSWR of 2, the reflection coefficient is. See, repeated question they are asking based on the VSWR and reflection coefficient relation. Okay, so we have to remember the relation VSWR is equal to 1 plus mod gamma by 1 minus mod gamma. Reverse relation is mod gamma equal to S minus 1 by S plus 1, where gamma is in terms of load impedance and characteristic impedance is ZL minus Z0 by ZL plus Z0. So these three relations are very important. Right? Repeatedly they are asking the based on these relations. In this, what is asking? VSWR is given. VSWR is equal to 2. What is the reflection coefficient? So relation is gamma is equal to S minus 1 by S plus 1. So 2 minus 1 by 2 plus 1, which is 1 by 3. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. So somewhat a little lengthy question. Maxwell's equation establishes the relationship between E bar, D bar, H bar and B bar. The electric field intensity, electric flux density, magnetic field intensity, magnetic flux density at any point in a continuous medium. When we move from one medium to another, then which of the following statement is correct? First option is at the boundary separating the two media, the tangential components of E bar and H bar are the continuous. That means from the option A, what is telling E1t is equal to E2t and H1t is equal to H2t is telling. Okay, actual boundary conditions are what? Boundary conditions, right? Boundary conditions are what? First condition is E1t is equal to E2. That means the tangential components of electric field at the interface are continuous. Second one is D1n minus D2n is equal to, there is a charge density. Third one is H1t minus H2t is equal to current density. Fourth one is B1n is equal to B2n. So from the first option, E1t equal to E2t and H1t equal to H2t is telling, but actually it is discontinuous. So option A is the wrong. Okay, option A is wrong. Now come to the option 2. At the boundary separating two media, the tangential component of only electric field are continuous. This may be correct option. Okay, second option B will be the correct. Now we'll see the remaining options also. If there are surface charge present on the boundary, then normal component of D is continuous scaling. Actually, it is. If the charge is present, it should be discontinuous. So option C also wrong. If there are no surface charge, then normal components of D is discontinuous. If there is no, actually it is continuous. So option D also wrong. So correct option is B. Okay, option B is the correct option.